I had found my lyrical landmark, a town immortalized by the song written by Jackson Browne and made famous by the Eagles. Take it easy. I was supposed to be taking it easy, all right, but the most terrible things happened in this town. First, I went to get gasoline and I lost my American Express. That's the only credit card I had. I know it's crazy, but I thought my debit was a credit card, and it wasn't. I didn't want to pay with debit. I wanted everything on one account. So that's the first bad thing that happened. The second, I went ahead and put my gasoline on the debit, and when I pulled out of the gas station, my car started rumbling like a jackhammer. I literally could not hold on to the steering wheel. My car was like jumping up and down. I couldn't believe it. I didn't know what to do. I called my brother. He's a mechanic. My brother said, you have to put something in the gas tank called heat. He said that I'd gotten gasoline with water in it and that probably the heat would work. I also called American Express and asked them to send me another credit card to my next hotel, my next destination. When I got to my next destination, it happened to be Albuquerque. That was where I was staying that night. I had heard in Albuquerque there was a restaurant chain called Garcia's and that I must eat there. That made me feel better because I love Mexican food, and finally a drive-through that wasn't a McDonald's or a Burger King. They had the most delicious sopapillas. I was stuck in Albuquerque for an extra day because my credit card didn't come. I knew I needed to do something, and I looked at the map and I saw that Santa Fe wasn't far away. So I took Waldo up to Santa Fe for the day. I had never been there. Waldo didn't quite explain that we couldn't go into the stores and shop. It was COVID after all. We just drove around Santa Fe looking at everything for hours. There was no one on the streets. I could just stop in the middle of this deserted town and take a photo without even pulling over. There were no cars behind me, ever. It was also raining, and that helped with people not being out on the streets. I felt sorry for the shops that were open with their doors because no one was going in and out. I got hungry. I saw a sandwich board sign that said free parking. Well, I wanted to free park and it was raining, so I pulled into a parking garage, and look, it really was COVID. There was no one in the restaurant, no one in the parking garage, but I was hungry, so I decided I'm going to eat. This was the first restaurant that I had been in since I left Carmel. It was Waldo and I. We ate next to this basilica. I had a Caesar salad, and it was fresh and delicious with an heirloom tomato. No one in the restaurant but us. The next place we ate, another restaurant, was that Garcia's chain again. It was so good, the drive-through, that I looked on the Google Maps and found another site where they had their family business. We didn't eat there outside. I was waiting outside for the food to come so that I could take it back to my hotel room. But what was really spooky about this place was the COVID-19 tracing info. At this point, I had never signed my name and phone number on anything. This was to tell if anybody had gotten COVID in eating there, they were going to call and inform me. I haven't gotten a phone call yet, so I think I'm good. I wanted to show you the bottles of heat in case that ever happens to you. I decided to clean out my car while I was waiting for the food. It took a long time. So I was going to recycle the bottles, but I thought, you know, a picture would be good so I won't forget what it was called. I might need to use it again someday. And I can tell you for sure it worked. I had to drive about 50 miles before finding heat. And it was really scary, my rumbling jackhammer car. I wanted to show everyone on my trip that I was doing my due diligence by wearing gloves, using hand spray, and also the Lysol equivalent. Lysol, I could not find anywhere before I left Carmel. I looked at Costco, I looked at Safeway, I looked at Lucky, I looked everywhere. And the only place that I found the 99% germ-free was Whole Foods. I paid a little more, but I did have the spray, and I did spray everything at the gas station before and after I used it. When I got to my hotel room, I sprayed the sofas, I sprayed the floors, I sprayed the door handles, I sprayed everything, because not only was I worried about myself, I was worried about the people that I was going to see in Nashville. They were older, and I certainly didn't want to take COVID to them. When I was in one hotel, it was really cute. I have a niece that's having a baby, and she had a baby shower, and it was really fun to do a Zoom shower on the computer. If you see to the right, the man with the white shirt and the white hat is my husband. This is a co-ed shower, which is kind of rare, but it was fun, a baby shower on Zoom. Now, I don't know if you guys know Cracker Barrel, but it is notorious for long lines out the door and waiting lists. It's a country store. Lots of beans, ham and biscuits, chicken noodle soup. A lot of people like to go there, and it's a soul food, really. But this day, almost no one. There wasn't a line, there wasn't a wait list, just Waldo and I ready to go in. If you see the empty table there, it was like that all around, really. It was just us. A lot of people must have been afraid to go in the restaurants too. The man you see behind Waldo looks like a cowboy. By this time we were in Amarillo, Texas. And when he walked by, I thought, what a great shot. I really wish I could have gotten a man with the cowboy hat and a plaid shirt and cowboy boots, but he was gone. And I thought, oh, well, it wasn't meant to be. I'll find another cowboy in Texas. Well, turns out the man had forgotten his to-go food. So he walked back to his table, and I got my phone out and was able to snap this picture of a cowboy walking by. This is Cracker Barrel. If you haven't been there, besides the notorious long lines and waiting lists, you'll find candy and toys and clothes, all kinds of gifts that you can buy for people. If you're going to see someone, or if you're traveling back home and you need a gift to give someone, there's just a multitude of gifts. My favorite thing when I was little was the candy sticks. I know when I was a child, they were 10 for $1. I see now they're 6 for $1. I was trying to remember what flavor I used to like to tell Cooper, because I know now he can get these sticks, candy sticks, at the Cottage of Sweets in Carmel, and I was telling him the good flavors that he could get. I chose myself the peppermint, the watermelon, the butterscotch, the root beer, the tangerine, the cherry, and after all that, he said, Mom, I would pick the blueberry. I don't like blueberry. So here we are at the Cracker Barrel, and you really won't believe what happens next. Thank you.